today. Me, Joe, Bob's here too. Welcome back, Armed Forces Museum, Greenville. Today's project is we're going to be taking the injection pump off of this M35A2. We've already had a video out there, step-by-step process of removing the actual pump, but I think today what we're going to do is have a video of how to time the engine so everybody knows the timing marks to look for, timing marks on the pump and everything like that, so you can remove it correctly. But we got to get this fender off first, so we're going to do that first, so it gives us a little bit more room. That's what we're going to do right now. I want to remind you all to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on our videos. It helps us out quite a bit, so that's what we're going to do today, so stay tuned.
You got this wire loose here?
Wire.
Yep, good.
Okay.
Kind of rock that back out. Pull this out. Let's just take it and set it over upside down.
That wasn't bad.
No, they don't weigh nothing. They're just awkward.
That's a lot easier to get to.
Right?
Yeah. There's your problem. Bolt connected. Really?
Pretty good shape though. Start keeping it inside. Now we got the fender off.
Yeah, fender's off.
Get to work, Curtis. I'll come back. We'll come back when we get to the good stuff. Alright, we got all the injector lines off. Front off. Took the radiator off. Curtis is getting ready to put a wrench on there so we can turn that motor over so we can line up all the timing marks.
Stay tuned and we'll show you where all the timing marks are. There are 3 of them that you have to worry about. There'll be one here on this idler gear and the pump gear. And then back here, behind this cover here, there's another timing mark. And then there's another one behind this cover here. So stay tuned and we'll get them lined up and show you where they all are.
Don't forget about that one.
Oh yeah, on the damper there. So.
Alright, you can see down in there, take it lightweight. See the mark and the timing pin here is all lined up. Oh, we may need a light in here. You can't quite see down in there, but there's a timing mark down in there. There's a timing mark up inside there. You can't see on these GoPros. All the timing marks are now lined up. So now that guy right there, he's gonna take that injector pump off.
We're gonna use a little YouTube magic.
We got, like I said before, we got all the injector lines run, taken off of everything. We had to take the radiator out of it in order to get to the nut on the front of the crankshaft. Have at her.
Stay tuned and we'll get this old one off and put our replacement one on there. Hopefully we'll make some smoke. There everybody, welcome back to the channel. Armed Forces Museum Greenville here. I'm Curtis. We got Bob here tonight, Joe's here tonight. We're doing a couple of different things. We're continuing on this saga here of our M35A2. We're gonna start installing the injection pump tonight, so I'll walk you guys over here. to clean up the face of it there. Got some surface rust there, but we'll brush that off and get some of the old gasket material off of it. Put it up on the workbench. And we'll get her installed, and I'll put the camera there so y'all can see what exactly is going on. See you in a minute. You know what? These timing marks aren't lining up.
Huh?
The timing marks are not lining up.
How come?
I don't know. This is the pump we took off the other truck. With that mark right there on the money, that mark is not lined up. It's that line in the middle.
Yeah, I see
white.
that.
That mark's lined up.
Rotate it around again. No,
All
rotate
the way
all the way
around?
around.
Aha. Okay. That's why. So I need to concentrate just on this mark. Really.
Well, now that you've got the pump timed to where it needs to be,
Yeah.
you got it right? You got both of them lined up now?
No. I'll have to spin it around again.
Well, you said aha.
Well, it's because I don't see that one now.
Oh,
So I'm going to have to spin it until I get both of them lined up.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You're live on camera still.
Oh, I figured so. Ah! No, maybe. Now we're back where we were originally.
Well, we just have to make it as
Well,
close as you can.
Well, that's as close as it's going to be. That's closer than what it was. So when I install it, I just need to go by that mark, right? That's what I would do if I was by myself.
I agree.
Okay. We'll do that then. Still live?
Still live. We go, buddy Curtis there. He's still working. You guys get to hear the discussions from behind the scenes.
This is the pump we pulled off of our other M35A2, the burned up one. We're just looking at our timing marks. There's two you have to be concerned with on the pump. There's one inside this window here. Let's see if you can't get a view of that.
Yeah, probably. It's probably
Might be able to see it. Yeah. There's a white mark on this wheel, and there's a line in the middle of that wheel. That line coincides with a needle that is on the housing. You have to line both of those up. When that's lined up, it's in time at top dead center, #1 compression. There's another timing mark in here on the hydraulic head. One of these gear teeth has a notch in it, and it's paint penned red. You have to line that gear tooth up with an arrow on the housing. Now that mark you only really have to be concerned with if you're taking this hydraulic head off. If you're removing and installing the entire unit, that mark you don't really have to be concerned about. This is the mark you have to worry about. I took this cover off just to see the correlation between the two marks. Is all I really did. So, give me a minute here. I'll get this face cleaned up, old gasket material and stuff on it, and show you all how to start installing it back onto the engine. Alright, y'all. Looking at the mounting area for this injection pump. Got my surface cleaned up pretty good here. Got new gaskets made. Just slide the new gasket on there. I'm going to put this camera down here somewhere where you guys can see, and I'll go grab the injection pump. It's over on the workbench. But you can see how much finagling you got to do, one has to do to get this pump in and out. It's not the easiest thing. Probably put you up here. I'll be back in a minute. Y'all stay right here. up a little higher there. Gotta remember how I took it out. Tell you what. There we go. There's something. Okay. It kind of sitting in here. You gotta pay attention to your timing mark. And I kind of have to hold that gear in place. Let me slide it up on here. Get a couple of tools here. So I don't know if you can hear me. Let me explain what I'm trying to do here. There's kind of an eccentric in here where the pump's not going to stay perfectly timed where we want it unless I hold the gear with my hand. So I'm just going to put a socket on the end of this ratchet here and see if I can't just hold it with that. Because it's kind of hard to get your hand into this front housing here, front cover, and line everything up while trying to pick the pump up and slide it in. So let me just try this here. Hope if I have the right socket. Oh yeah, it turns out pretty nice there. So let me see here. About there. Not exactly. Hoping to tear this gasket. I don't know, man. Here we go. That's something right there. Almost. Good. Full gear tooth off. Back it up here. Try it again. Hey, there we go. Okay. 90% sure we're lined up here. We're installed on there. Let's check our timing mark here. Yeah. You cannot see the little needle, but you can see the line in the middle of that white paint mark. And you're just going to have to believe me when I tell you we're right on the money. So, start tightening everything up here. didn't take any cost, yeah. We're in there.
Are you filming?
Yeah, it's on.
Except for you're filming everything upside down.
I don't know if there's a place to put it. It's a bird's eye view right there.
It's going to be upside down on the computer screen.
That's true, it will.
You know what? We all love Curtis. He's a top-notch diesel mechanic. I know we give him a hard time about putting diesel fuel in the gas-powered vehicles. But you guys that have been around the shop or anything like that with a bunch of guys together in a group, you know sometimes we like to rub it in, especially till it hurts. But old Curtis, he takes it pretty good. We're not just mean and bullying him. He likes to give just as well as he gets.
That one gas. But it,
What's that bolt hole for?
just the front cover. I saw the bolt hole, but I thought the adapter plate was on there incorrectly. We'd have to pull it all back off, but it's okay. No, the gasket worked fine. Yeah, a good thick gasket material.
Did you flip the lever in there to make sure everything was moving when you had that all apart?
Yeah, it was.
Everything worked good?
Yeah.
They said that truck was running.
I believe him. Well, somebody's been in there before. You can see the silicone here. Somebody didn't have the correct gasket when they went to put that shutoff cover back on, so they siliconed it back on there. But it's okay. It'll keep the oil out, the dirt out. The oil and the dirt out. So we'll get everything bolted on here. Get all the hoses, the fuel lines, air lines, oil lines hooked up to it. Hopefully we'll make some smoke here in a little bit. There we go, it's on there. Tommy mark lined up like I said. We'll get the bolts tightened down. We got to get that support bracket on the back. Hook all of our fuel lines and a couple of air lines and some oil lines up. Throttle cable, shut-off cable, hook those up. And hopefully we'll make some smoke in a little bit. Welcome back to the Armed Forces Museum, Greenville. I'm Curtis. This is Joe. We're going to take care of this next step on this M35A2 here. We put this pump on here from our burned up truck. When we took our plugs out, we noticed some dirt had gotten into our ports there for our fuel injection lines. And we figured the best way to get some of that dirt out of there is to put some batteries in this rig and crank her over and let the fuel just squirt that dirt out of there. So we're going to get our McDonald's military issue cap there to prevent the fuel from spraying all over the museum here. And we're going to give her a whirl and hopefully get that dirt out of there. So you stay tuned.
Alright, let's give her a shot here.
Ready?
Stop. Now, we're back over here working on the M35A2 today. And we kind of been messing around. The last section there, old Curtis said he was going to bleed some dirt out of the injector pump. Kind of get those ends on there cleaned up a little bit. So we got everything ready to do that. We turned the in-tank electric fuel pump on and it has stopped pumping fuel. So Bob and Curtis are over here now. They're getting ready to take that fuel tank out of there. We've already pulled the fuel pump out. The fuel pump has gone bad in it. So we're going to pull that fuel tank out of there because it's got a bunch of crud in the bottom of it. We're going to take it over and get it steamed out and cleaned. Get a new fuel pump to put in the truck. probably going to end this video right here because it's going to be way too long. So the next time we're over here, hopefully we'll have a fuel tank, new fuel pump. We can get the injector lines back on here. We can get this thing started up and running. Curtis, you got anything you want to add?
The only thing I can add is we ask that you smash that subscribe button so you can get the notifications when we post new videos. Like our videos. And if you've got any questions at all, comment on the videos. We'll answer them. We like talking about this stuff. So, but that's all I have. So, until next time, we'll see you later.
Goodbye.